Hey there. We've challenged the congregation here at Rome to study a new book of the Bible each week in 2019. And during our Sunday morning Bible class, I present my findings and we talk about any questions people might have from the book that week. This week we're in the book of Judges. Judges covers the period directly after Joshua dies. All throughout Joshua's time of leading Israel, the tribes worked as one unit. But under the judges, their unity will slowly disintegrate. It seems like most, if not all, the tribes followed Othniel and Ehud, the first two judges mentioned in the book. But Deborah is only able to marshal 6 out of 12 tribes in battle, and Gideon only draws from 4 tribes in his battle against the Midianites. 3 of the next judges aren't associated with any tribe except their own, and Samson doesn't even lead an army. So in Judges, you're forced to watch as Israel's unity disintegrates. Another thing you're going to notice in Judges is this battle between grace and the law. God has made some promises to be in a relationship with Israel and to bless them, but he is holy and can't be in relationship with someone who isn't holy. Judges struggles with that. And God's holiness win out and he obliterate the people, or will his promises win out and he overlook their sin? He refuses to remove his favor from Israel, but at the same time they refuse to be faithful to him. It seems that he's purposefully put himself in a tough situation, so he is forced to maintain relationship with them because of his promises he's made. Because of those promises, he refuses to annihilate them as their sin demands, opting instead to punish them in the hopes that the nation returns back to him. This works, but only for short periods of time. God will punish disobedient Israel by bringing them in another nation to subjugate them, but then he will raise up a judge who will deliver Israel and lead them in righteousness. The problem is that judge will die, and the cycle will start over soon. Since Israel doesn't monitor their own moral behavior, God will eventually allow them to have a king, but he will demand that this king be righteous. When the righteous king dies, his righteous son will quickly take his place, and the people will continue in holiness. The book of Judges builds to this conclusion, which will happen in the books of Samuel. Very few of the judges, though, would be role models for us. But we can learn something astounding through their morally flawed lives. God loves to use broken people to fulfill his will. And so even during the dark book of Judges, you see glimpses of God's plan and his eventual redemption of mankind through the king that will never die. No longer is he forced to walk this thin line between keeping his promises and being in relationship with sinful people. Within the church, God has made a holy people who serve a continual king.